Today was not a good day. Today was the day I lost
How are you supposed to know it's
the
comedy
last
without a laugh
little
track?
bit of faith I had in artists. So, after today's events, I reached out to my lawyer who made me the copyright contract back in 2021 that transfers all rights of any artwork that an artist does when I pay them for it to me. And I'm going to have any future contracts with artists, and thankfully this is something that I'm able to do. Any future contracts I have with artists, not only is there a clause that if they miss the deadline by more than 30 days, they don't get paid. Any time after that 30-day buffer period, they will have to pay me damages. I am sick of artists. I am tired of artists. My last bit of empathy for artists getting replaced with AI is f***ing gone. I don't care anymore. I hope you get replaced by AI at this point. I am so f***ing mad. I am so f***ing mad. I have been dealing with artist bullshit for 4 f***ing years. And it's like, I'm tired of soon TM. I feel zero sympathy. Anger crashed the stream. Oh man. That's what happens when I get angry. I didn't kill her, chat, I swear. Damn, that was quick. Why are the beginnings of my streams always scuffed now? Why are they always scuffed? I don't get it. Back. So it's just like, I'm very happy for the artists I've worked with that aren't pieces of shit, but goddamn, those of you who aren't pieces of shit are few and far between. It is so goddamn hard to find reliable artists out here. And I'm tired of watching like the circle jerk of all of this, oh, respect artists, if you're a VTuber, artists literally make you. And it's like, yeah, you do, but you don't respect our time, and you don't respect us. And I'm tired of that only going one fucking way. If you find a good artist, you stick with that motherfucker. That's what I've tried to do. That's what I have tried to do. But it seems like, and like I'm gonna bring up like Neon Beat here, even if there's someone who is a very well-known artist who works with very large VTuber names, you still can't trust them. To contextualize, let's assume it was the 2D model. The rigging would be done by someone else. If the artist is not delivering on time, there should have been a clause in the contract itself to refund, in part or in whole, for work not produced. Yeah, I get anxious enough giving contracts to artists in general, because it's basically like, hey, we're going to mutually dox ourselves to each other, and the only way you know that I'm not going to do anything with this is because you just innately trust that I won't, right? So it's like, I'm nervous enough giving artists contracts, but at this point, I have lost all sympathy. I will not see artists as human. I will give them a contract that not only transfers the copyright to me, but they will have to pay damages if they start fucking off. Cause I'm sick of it, dude. Hopefully the threat of them having to pay damages will actually mean I get work completed on time by artists. I gotta say, get them for their idiocy. I'm just like, I am astounded. I am astounded that I have been doing this since 2018, and I have had literally nothing but issues since 2020 trying to commission artists, and there's no innate way you can trust them. The large artists are fucked, the small artists are fucked, the beginning artists are fucked. You can't trust any of them, so like, what the fuck are you supposed to do?
Hold me, chat.
What the actual fuck are you supposed to do? Worst luck in the entire industry. Unironically, I had an artist who doesn't really do too much in the scene anymore reach out to me on Twitter, and they were like, hey, sorry if this is like a weird question, but like, you're pretty big indie. You've been doing this for a long time. How come you're still using a V-roid? And I was like, let me tell you why artists are the scum of the earth, dear madame. And then like I messaged them today, and they were just like, I am absolutely 100% assured that you are just cursed. I feel like you are just cursed at this point. You're assuming a lot if you think artists are smart enough to fear consequences. Hey yo, if an artist starts me over with an actual legal clause that they're going to have to pay me X amount of dollars every day that they are late, if they don't fear that, if they don't fear me actually coming after them for that, I don't know what to tell you. That idiocy runs deep. It's because they want to make a living off of their hobby, but still want to treat it as a hobby. They think they can take on as many commissions to live, but not complete them unless they're inspired. I've had this conversation with multiple people that I didn't even work with, right? Where I'm just like, hey, and it's not just artists either. Like Clipper channels run into this as well, where they want to like just, you know, do absolutely everything for everyone they enjoy, and it's like you can't do that. Like I understand your motivation, and I understand you have drive and you want to do all of these things, but you have to pace yourself. You cannot take on more than you can chew, or you will become overwhelmed. You will then feel depressed, and you will get nothing done. And you will have nothing but upset clients at that point. So even if it feels like you can take on more, please fucking pace yourself. I always loved being able to support artists, and especially as I grew, I could like get larger and larger artists and pay more for it. But it's like, there's a point where your optimism is no longer rooted in reality, and I feel like if I stayed optimistic about this, I would be literal insanity, right? Doing the same thing and expecting it to change is actually insanity. Who's worse, journalist or artist? Good question. The journalist might want me to lose my job, but the artists actually directly affect my income, so I don't know, dude. That's why I need a manager. Like, I can get angry, but even when I'm angry, like, I cry, and then I feel bad for being angry. I'm just glad that I have tons of people around me who are just like, no, don't feel bad for being angry. Your patience has been literally fucking ridiculous. Journos are worse, but artists are my personal enemy. Can confirm JP artists are worth paying for. They're harder to find though. I can't, like, there's nowhere I can scroll through JP artists that I could trust with like making model stuff, you know?
Not sure what I can do.
But I will say, the JP artists, I can't skip the TTS. I'm sorry. I can't, I closed my browser because I was like, maybe that'll help with like the weird chugging. But yeah, no, I can't find JP artists, and if someone in chat said Skeb, I wish you to pay me reparations right fucking now. Skeb is disgusting. If you are a VTuber and you're paying for artwork that you're not going to be using commercially, you're basically burning money here. Don't use Skeb. Skeb is dog. I hated Skeb before I used it. I used it once because there was an artist I really wanted artwork from that opened up their commissions on Skeb. And you know what? I didn't get the files that I asked for, and because of Skeb's little rule set where you can't contact the artist after they finish your work or at any point while they're working on your work, I was like, see, I told you, Skeb is fucking dog shit. Why would anyone use this? If there's a Japanese artist that works on Skeb, I hope they have like their Twitter DMs open or they have a work email, because I refuse to use Skeb. I would rather DM them. I would rather use Deep L and try to communicate with them through a language barrier than ever go through Skeb. VGen seems pretty good. Yeah, I would trust VGen because you can actually communicate with the artist. VGen allows you artist communication, which is why it's superior to Skeb. Skeb is like if you've made it to a point where you have more money than you know what to do with and you don't really care what you get, so you just throw your money into a gacha machine. And maybe you get art, maybe you don't, who knows? To be completely transparent, every Japanese artist that I've worked with outside of Skeb has been absolutely phenomenal. Like literally the best artist experiences I have had are through JP artists, not through Skeb. They have work ethic, they have nice art styles, they are wonderful people. And it's similar, right? A lot of VTubers start VTubing and they sort of understand the entertainment aspect, but they don't understand the business aspect. And there's a lot of artists that are that way as well. They understand the art, they're good at the art, but they have literally zero business sense, which is how they end up getting tons of upset customers. If they tell me up front, like, hey, I can't do your commission until like May, are you okay with that? I'd be like, yeah, that's fine. Oh, that's fine. We'll start the ticking time bomb in May when you deliver the sketch to me. Right? Like, I get that. And that's why also in the contract, I would want to put like a 30-day buffer. Like, if you're if something happens, right, and you have to deal with real life shit, I'm not gonna put someone on the hook immediately. I'm gonna give you a 30-day buffer to like deal with your shit and then deliver what I've paid for. Because if you don't, then you're gonna start paying me reparations now, dude. And I think the most frustrating thing, the most frustrating thing is that like when you are months and months behind finishing a commission, maybe don't open new commissions until you finish what you're already behind on. And this seems like a completely foreign concept to like 99% of artists. But like, if you already have failed to deliver and meet a deadline, do not take on more commissions until you finish. I do not understand. And oh Lord, there's this one artist who is like the most Menhera thing I've ever encountered. And they are more Menhera than like imagine a VTuber that's been VTubing for like 20 years. Just how much brain damage has accumulated in that period of time, all right? This artist has more Menhera than that. They were supposed to deliver my full illustration in February. It's now almost April, and I haven't gotten it, and they only give me updates when I email them. And it's like, please, paying you was already a pain in the ass. Paying you was a pain in the ass because I couldn't pay you normally because you took some weird form of payment that my credit card wouldn't let me pay through. It didn't take PayPal. I signed up for Wise to try and pay you, and it didn't work. So finally, I had to go through one of their friends and send payment through PayPal to their friend. And after I sent the payment, their friend was like, oh, I must have miscalculated the PayPal fees. You're $1.30 short. And I was like, are you kidding me? So I sent them another $5 and I was like, is that fine? Are we good? Do you have the money to make up for the fees now? Almost 1,000% a scam.
Nice God.
There was a point in time where this artist was like baiting on Twitter, and I couldn't even feel bad. I was just like, please don't kill yourself. I want my artwork finished. Oh my God. No, they need another $100 for fees next. I'm so fucking tired, chat. I don't talk about the majority of my artist issues on stream because I'm like, oh, that's probably unprofessional to like throw people under the bus, but I am tired. Not only am I gonna throw you under the bus, I'm gonna be the one driving it. Finish the art first. Oh my God, like, I am so fed up, chat. If only you could get AI art to be rigged for VTubing. I don't want to abandon my stance of I don't want to make money off of AI art. I want to pay real artists to make artwork that I can then use, but they make it so f***ing hard to maintain that standard. They make it so hard for me to not just be like, yeah, let's go do AI shit instead. Why bother if they don't do the job? That's what I'm saying, dude. This is why AI is getting more popular. It don't gotta deal with the BS. Yeah. Someone who's working on a streaming setup and wants to get a VTuber model at some point. This is very concerning to hear. You will not hear many VTubers talk about like just the absolute state of artists in the VTuber sphere. Because typically when you talk out about it, artists are gonna clip you out of context and be like, oh, don't work with this VTuber. They hate artists. They don't understand that artists make them who they are, and you can't be mean to artists. It's like, well, if artists respected my time, maybe I would respect them. Like, unless you have the money to fork out for like Iron Vortex, like you are taking a risk. Like, it's scary out there. And like I feel bad. I feel bad for my rigger as well. My rigger's been wonderful. My rigger's been wonderful. I don't think I could even afford Iron Vertex, dude. Daniel Sierra, thank you for the $1.99. As a career artist, this blows your mind. Yeah? Yeah, that's all I've heard from like actual industry artists that I've spoken to. They're just like, holy shit, your artists take how long? And you let them get away with that? What the fuck? Or like the guy that ended up dropping off the face of the earth who was going to work on my 3D model like 2 years ago. He was just like the person who was doing your model, who drug you around and yanked your chain for 2 years, literally only did 15 minutes of work on your 3D model. Jump in a call with me and I'll show you. And he literally recreated what she did in under 15 minutes. I was so f***ing mad. Western artist narcissism is the worst. It is crazy. It is crazy. And the artists who were just like, oh, just to make sure I get it done, I won't take payment until I finish it. And then they keep missing the deadline, and they keep missing the deadline, and then they just don't want to work on it anymore because they're like, oh, well, I don't have the money now, so like, it doesn't matter. It's not real at the moment, and maybe I just don't feel inspired to work on this. And it's just like, I want to pay you. Please just finish the thing. Please, please, I beg. I had to do my first, like, chargeback on Twitter ever. I guess the chargeback was on PayPal, but it was with a Twitter artist. Popping the chargeback cherry? Yeah, I've never had to charge back on an artist that I've commissioned before. Like, literally ever. Thankfully. There was an artist that I ordered a pixel model from. Oh god, I can't even remember when I ordered it at this point. I think it was like April last year. And they were like, I'll have it finished by like July or something. And I was like, okay, that's fine. That seems a reasonable amount of time to make a pixel model. And I even like went through all the details with them, and like I misunderstood something in their post as well. I was like, oh, here are the expressions I want, and they were like, oh no, you misunderstand. It comes with preset expressions. You can't make new ones. And I was like, oh, okay, that's fine. I'm sorry, I misunderstood. Like July comes and goes. You know, I was in the donathon. So like July came and went. They didn't give anything. I kept asking them for updates. And every time I asked them, like, hey, you know, it's been a while, do you have an update for me? They would be like, oh, no, sorry, I don't. And at one point, they were just like, oh, I'm doing your artwork right now. I can show you the draft tomorrow. And I was like, oh, okay, that works. Thank you. And then I'm busy, so I can't chase them literally daily. So, like, 2 weeks later, I contact them again, and I was like, hey, you said you were gonna give me the draft, and that never showed up. Do you have a draft for me? And they were like, oh no, I couldn't get to the draft, so I'll be doing that at the end of this month. And I was like, oh, okay. That kept kind of going in a cycle, and then I was like, look, lady, I do not feel comfortable at this point anymore with working with you because you've told me that you're working on the draft multiple times. You've never delivered any proof that you're actually working on it. So I'm gonna have to tell you, if you can't deliver proof of something, my name isn't even on your Trello board, which also makes me really suspicious. So I'm gonna go ahead and do a chargeback if you can't produce anything, like, in the next 24 hours. And they were just like, do you understand what waitlist means? Like, I put you on my wait list. That means you're waiting. You're not getting your artwork right now. And I was like, okay, but like you told me I was multiple times. And also when I commissioned you, you didn't tell me I was being put on a wait list. So what did you mean by this? And so they never responded to me. And so I did the chargeback, like, you know, a couple of weeks later. They never responded. Like, when you do a PayPal chargeback, PayPal's like, okay, we'll get the response from this person. They never responded to PayPal. So PayPal was just like, okay, here's your money back. And I was like, thank God. Thank God I got my money back. But then I thought I was done with this artist, but apparently this artist has also been taking advantage of like other people. So this artist was just like, please, it's not a good idea to pile on all of the negativity right now. The owner of this account has actually made an attempt on her life, and you don't want to be responsible for her actually going through with it, do you? This is her boyfriend who's going to be communicating on her behalf from this point forward, and I promise I will get all of you your artwork. And I was like, you know, I can't even feel bad because I feel like they're just lying at this point. That's not her boyfriend. She didn't try to take her life. She just doesn't want upset people doing more chargebacks. I don't remember this person's name off the top of my head either, but they are absolutely someone I would bring up on stream and be like, do not commission this person. People make fun of VTubers for like the tummy hort thing, where they'll just like not do stuff that they promise because tummy hort. Artists are like a million times worse than that, dude. Artists will straight up just jump to, I'm going to kill myself if you charge back.
A few minutes later.
The pixel artist I was talking about. It's Mousy. I guess their name is Yuki, question mark. I was like, cute little bouncy pixel model. My boyfriend lets you have 2 cars? And I was like, hey, yo, if I'm in like, you know, regular model limbo, maybe I can get like a little pixel model. Maybe I can have like a little doop-de-doo little pixel thing dooting around the screen. And unfortunately, hi, here's Yuki's boyfriend. I'm here to explain what happened in the past days. A few days ago, Yuki deleted this and other adjacent accounts before trying to commit against her own life.
Let's go!
She is currently mentally and physically recovering from this, and she'll stop doing new commissions from now on. For those who have commissions with us, I'll be working with some friends to have them finished or refunded, but it'll take time. We barely have any money to pay our bills, so refunds will be slow. Please be patient and respectful. I'll be working to reinstate all deleted accounts as I can, and I'll speak to anyone who has any questions in DMs. I understand everyone that is angry at the situation, but blowing your anger out on me or anyone else won't help to quicken things. It'll only make everyone's life more miserable than it already is. No one needs that. Thank you to everyone who is being kind and patient. You are the angels of the world. This reads like a fake excuse note a child would do to explain to their teacher how their dog ate their homework. Signed by mom. Yeah. Update on the waitlist problem. I tried recovering the board and searching about it, but it seems it's unrecoverable. If someone knows how to solve this problem, please DM me. For the time being, I'll try working on what I have.
AI gains another 1,000 supporters.
Look at the dirty dog!
Ziz, correct me if I'm wrong. Didn't I archive her Trello back when I was trying to do a chargeback because I was worried about her deleting it during the chargeback process? If they actually needed money, they would make their clients a priority. Yeah. I genuinely do not understand. Like, I know I'm not the only VTuber with real, like, work ethic here. So, like, how is it so hard to find artists that have it?
A few moments later.
This is on the Trello sheet that I had archived. So, like, they had a wait list here. They had a wait list here of, like, a whole bunch of... I don't even know who these people are. I hope half of these aren't even real people, right? Like, I would hate to see this many people having gotten scammed. Next to be made, and it's, like, this huge list. Thankfully, most of it's, like, emotes. There's pixel models here. It's all pixel models and emotes, it looks like, from when I archived it. And she's got another list of ones that she's in the middle of sketching. Like, how do you do this many simultaneously? I guess you don't, and that's why it's a scam. Line art. You got all these people in the line art stage. You got all these people in the coloring stage. All of these people in the animation stage. They got chibi models here, pixel model, more emotes, just a regular VTuber model, I guess they were doing. Weird. And then, like, their completed list. Their completed list, I guess there are people who actually got stuff delivered. Did they? I don't know. And, like, part of me wanted to reach out to some of the people on this list and just be like, hey, have you actually gotten something from this artist? This is a scam. Yeah, this is a scammer. This is the scammer that I requested a chargeback from that is now suicide baiting on Twitter. There's no way, bro. Like, because I'm an anxious puddle of mess, you know, like everybody likes to think of me as a strong, independent woman because of how I rant and talk like a lesbian biker. But no, I am an anxious puddle of mess, dude. And I never reached out to any of the people on this list, but I hope if there are people on this list who are waiting for their shit from this artist, you will not get it. You will not get anything from them. This is a scam. They are scamming you. They are trying to keep your money. Please charge back. Please charge back. This is the artist in question. It should be a red flag as well to see that many commissions the artist has opened at the same time. Unfortunately, Cookie, that's not a red flag because that's how a lot of artists' Trellos look like when you're looking at VTuber artists. Like, it should be a red flag, right? But that is just normal here, unfortunately. So it didn't set off red flags in my brain because I was like, oh yeah, that's just what artists look like here.
I want to read that one.
When I was posting about them at one point in Discord, they went under protected status, and when an account is protected, you can't read their tweets. They're not protected here, but it's good business sense to follow people who are trying to fuck you over, because if they go protected, you're already following them, so you can still read their tweets. Okay, this is going to be a weird post, but I'm looking for VTubers or people who commissioned this artist who went by Mousy. They did emote art, rigging, and chibi models and pixel art. Any help finding this person would be appreciated. Hashtag VTuber Uprising. They're known for doing a lot of YCH emotes as well. If anyone knows any info, please reach out. And if you're someone who commissioned this person, please let me know as well. I'm confused as to what happened. I didn't see this before. I have a commission from them. I did get my stuff. They did take a while to deliver, but I never expected they would delete all socials. I'm finding proof they had at least 100 ongoing commissions. Oh lord, I could manage to take screenshots of the DMs, but don't come up. If you need anything, please let me know. I paid up front for a pixel model as a gift. It was a 3-month project, and now it's been 8 months, so I don't know. I'm trying super hard to be patient, but there's been little to no updates on any work being done since September 2023. You know. Chubas rise up. Why would you take on more? You already have 100 plus. I feel like it is my duty to respond to these people. I just like, should I make a response? Like, I don't know. I don't like, god damn. I don't want people getting scammed, but I also don't want to cause any issues. Why are so many artists scamming? Good question.